Alright, so we're in the desert behind my house. Again, there's the two-story house that we just walked past. There are the model homes, and my house is just down that way. This is a little ditch, drainage ditch. And then if you notice, there are a lot of rocks in this trench. And between me and you, audience, I actually placed these rocks in this trench within the past 8 months. And these are all rocks that I got from the digging that I perform in the desert behind my house. These are all the big rocks that I remove from the soil, from the ground. And I have to put the big rocks somewhere, so I just put them in this trench. And this is actually like a drainage trench, so that when it rains heavily, the water washes away that way. So I believe that putting the rocks in this trench help maintain the this shape of the trench. Anyways, so yeah, over there is Esmond Station School, kindergarten through 8th grade. I don't remember what these mountains are called. However, these are definitely, right over there is Mount Lemmon. And then up there is where the eagle's nest is. Alright, so we're gonna walk over this, which again I placed. And notice the trench runs all the way down to my house, and I'm gonna go around this way because I don't want any of my neighbors to get upset that I'm recording. They might think that I'm recording their backyard. And then sometimes there are, especially in the mornings, there are squirrels, rabbits, a lot of birds. And this is a road for the maintenance men who maintain the power lines here. And again, there is a eagle's nest right there where my finger is pointing. And that trash there is trash that I collected from this area, because this area was super dirty. So I cleaned this area one day about 6 months ago. And then here's another view of our neighborhood. There's the house that's being built. My house is right there, right next to that two-story house. And then you can't see the trees from here because I planted the trees about 2 months ago, all the 9 trees behind my house. I believe I'm the only homeowner in this neighborhood who has planted trees behind the house. And then there is a railroad line that runs that way going into Tucson, and Tucson is over there. So throughout the day you'll hear trains running down the railroad line. So my house is that one, and we're going to cut through over here. And this is just a pile of rocks that I placed from my digs. I do have to sift through these pile of rocks and remove all the big rocks. One day I'll do that. And then you can actually see the train passing through that way. And you can hear it. I'll shut up for about 10 seconds. And then these are actually basalt rocks. They're black, and they're special railroad rocks used on the old Esmond Line Railroad that is no longer in service. And if you walk through this desert, you can find the old Esmond Station railroad that is no longer in service, but you have to go on a hike that way, and you have to be patient until you find the old railroad track. But once you find it, you'll know you reached it, because it looks like a road lined with that type of black basalt rock, which was used for laying the track. But anyways, so this is my backyard here. You can see the tubes here. There's one, there's another line there, and there's one back there. But I have one tree there, one tree there, one tree there, another line of trees there, there's a tree, there's a Palo Verde, and then I have a tree there and a tree there. So I have 9 trees, 9 large trees. This is one of them. This is an Indian laurel fig tree. Again, Indian laurel fig. It doesn't produce fruit. It's a shade tree. Here. Okay. It's a beautiful dark green color. And then here's some more mulch. Underneath the mulch, it should be moist. Yeah, it is moist underneath that mulch. Ooh, yeah, it's kind of muddy. So I watered the trees yesterday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, and right now it's approximately 9:30 the next day, and that soil is still moist. The top of the soil is still moist because that mulch prevents evaporation during the hot part of the day. And even though it's only reaching about 82 degrees today, and it only hit about 83 degrees yesterday, it's still really hot and dry here in Tucson, so this mulch is definitely needed even when it's not extremely hot, like in the summers when it reaches 110 degrees plus. So when it reaches 110 degrees during the summer, I'm going to come out here and test my theory that this mulch prevents a lot of evaporation. And so far it's working. I like it. I like using that mulch. It means I don't have to water the plant so much. And then here's one of the first bushes I planted out here in the desert. And you can see the 1/4 inch line feeding the bush. And I have a connector piece here which emits 2 gallons of water per hour when turned on. And it provides a steady stream of water. Here's another ash tree. This guy's probably 3 feet tall, and I planted this one about a month ago. And there's the end of the irrigation line with the cover, the end cap. And I'm probably gonna add another easily 10 feet of line, because I do want to plant another tree behind this bush. So each side has 1 tree, 2, 3, and I'll ultimately have 4 trees here. And then this is going to be my second backyard. So I got a cherry, what is this? A cherry blossom. And then I have a mesquite tree there. And right there I have an orange tree. Here, let's go to the orange tree really quick. This is the cherry blossom first. This guy grows super duper fast. This guy started growing like within a week after I planted it. I'm super happy with its growth. And that's a native cactus, barrel cactus. Then here's my orange tree, which requires tons of water during the week. And this is new growth right here. Oh man, the leaves feel so nice. Healthy. Then this is just floss, because when I first planted this orange tree, I used this floss to hold the tree up. But right now it doesn't really need to be held up. I think that the roots under the tree are really very established, because this tree has been in the ground for almost a year now. And I just recently learned that it requires a lot of water every day. This is my mesquite tree. And I bought this tree when there were no leaves on it, and then a month after planting it, it started sprouting leaves, and this guy grows super quickly too. And then again, right here is my house. And then here are the lines, the irrigation lines, the 1/2-inch hose, 1/4-inch hose, right. Let me see, right there. And then that's a big, huge trench that took me about 4 months to dig. And then in that trench, I placed the mesquite tree, like a aloe vera, barrel cactus, palo verde, and 4 other little bushes. And then over there, I have another ash tree. And then again, it's under that mulch is fertilizer, 50% fertilizer, 50% native soil. And there are a lot of ants. Perfect. There are a lot of ants in the soil, which I love, because that means that the ants are pooping in the soil, creating a lot of bacteria, which is food for the trees in here. Let me see what else I can find. Let's see if I can find anything interesting down here. Let's see. No, there's nothing more interesting than the ant.